Today we're speaking with Fort Lauderdale bankruptcy attorney Tony DiTacco. Tony has satellite offices in Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach counties. Tony, what is bankruptcy and why do people file for bankruptcy protection?
Well, Robin, as you're aware, we Americans are currently struggling through our worst economic crisis in nearly a century. Foreclosures are at record levels, unemployment here in Florida is in excess of 10%, and credit card defaults are out of control. As a result, every month, thousands of Floridians are seeking protection under the federal bankruptcy laws. Now, those laws are designed to allow people to eliminate certain debts and have a fresh beginning for themselves and their families.
I understand there are several different types of bankruptcy, Tony. What's the difference between a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 13?
Well, a Chapter 7 bankruptcy is what we refer to as a liquidation bankruptcy, in which you eliminate most of your debts in exchange for giving up certain assets. In a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, the trustee determines that there's too much excess income every month that you can't just wipe out your debts in one shot. So as a result, you have to enter into a 3 to 5 year repayment plan. Most of the bankruptcies, in fact, 3/4 of the bankruptcies filed in South Florida are indeed Chapter 7 bankruptcies.
And how does one qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy?
Well, there are 3 ways you can qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. First, and most commonly, is that you earn under the median income for a family of your size or a household of your size. For instance, a 2-member household, the threshold is about $50,000, and as long as you earn under $50,000 for a 2-person household, you automatically qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The second way is that the majority of your debts are business debts. If you can show that the majority of your debts are from a business-related activity, you automatically qualify. The third way you qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, if you earn more than the median income, is to take what we call a means test, in which we compare your necessary monthly living expenses against your monthly income and try to prove to the trustee that there's not enough excess income to enter into a Chapter 13 repayment plan.
And would I have to give up all my assets in a Chapter 7?
No, on Florida law you have certain exemptions. The most common exemption under Florida law is the homestead exemption. If you own a home, it's protected from bankruptcy filing. Now, the second category of exemptions is the personal property exemption. In the personal property exemption, you can keep up to $1,000 of personal possessions like cash, jewelry, other possessions. And if you either don't have a homestead or you choose not to take advantage of the homestead exemption, that $1,000 becomes $5,000. Thirdly, you get to keep $1,000 of net vehicle equity. Now, what net vehicle equity is the liquidation value of your vehicle less the amount owed on it. If that amount is less than $1,000, you can keep your car. You can also apply some of the personal property exemption against your automobile if you so choose to do so. Finally, retirement plans such as IRAs, pensions, 401k plans are all exempt from creditors under bankruptcy statutes.
So what types of debt would be wiped out?
Well, there are four major types of debt that are normally wiped out in credit card in bankruptcy filings. First is credit card debt. Second is medical bills. Third is personal exposure from judgments either against you or against a company in which they have a personal judgment. And fourth and finally is exposure under your shortfall from repossessions of vehicles or from foreclosures on mortgages. So for instance, if you have a $100,000 mortgage on a property that's worth $80,000 and a foreclosure takes place, you would normally be on the hook or exposed for a $20,000 deficiency judgment. A bankruptcy filing will normally get rid of that exposure to the deficiency judgment.
And what about those creditors? Will they ever stop calling?
Yes. Once you file for bankruptcy protection, the trustee takes over and becomes the representative of your creditors. At that point, your creditors are required under federal law to stop calling. And if they do call, they're in violation of federal law. That's part of what we as attorneys do, is to protect you against any harassing calls from creditors once the bankruptcy is filed.
What types of debts are not wiped out?
Well, you have to understand, Robin, that in a bankruptcy filing, the idea is that you wipe out your unsecured debts. The other category of debts is your secured debts, such as your mortgage and car loans. Even though you wipe out your personal exposure under the mortgage for a shortfall in the case of a foreclosure, you don't wipe out the actual mortgage itself. The mortgage still remains a debt on the property. The second type of debt that's not wiped out is student loans. It's very difficult to wipe out student loans. Third type of debt that you cannot wipe out is alimony and child support. And finally, most income tax debts are not wiped out in a bankruptcy filing. Hi, I am bankruptcy attorney Tony DiTacco. Thousands of Floridians each month are using bankruptcy as a way to make a new beginning for themselves and their families. Every day, people from all walks of life ask me whether they qualify for bankruptcy protection. So I created a free online video that answers the basic questions most commonly asked. Please visit our website or call today for a free consultation. We have offices in Fort Lauderdale with satellite offices in West Palm Beach and Miami. So call and let's try to put you on the road to a better future.
Tony, what is the bankruptcy process and how long does it take?
Well, Robin, we can work as quickly as the client can work. If the client has their paperwork together and they provide it to us today, we can file your bankruptcy tomorrow. So we can work as fast as our client can work. And we often do overnight filings in emergency situations. But once the filing takes place, almost immediately we receive a notification from the court that a meeting of the creditors has been set up, and that usually takes place 30 to 45 days after the filing. We accompany our client to the 341 meeting, the meeting of the creditors. The trustee typically asks a series of questions lasting no more than 5 to 10 minutes of the client, and assuming all the paperwork is in order, that's pretty much the end of the process. From that point, it goes to the judge and gets signed off.
Who can find out, and is there a risk of being fired as a result of filing?
Well, bankruptcy filings are a matter of public record, but the only people who are really given notice of that filing are your creditors. So friends, family members, and employers don't have any way to know that you filed bankruptcy unless they go and search the public records. But even if they do search the public records, and even if they do find out that you've filed a bankruptcy, it's a violation of federal law for your employer to fire you on that basis.
How difficult is it to rebuild your credit?
Actually not as difficult as you might think. First of all, based on the fact that thousands of people are filing bankruptcy every month, typically the creditors nowadays are ignoring bankruptcies that are more than 3 to 5 years old, even though a bankruptcy does stay on your records for 10 years. But what most of my clients find is that within 6 months after filing their bankruptcy, they're already receiving applications for new credit cards. Because keep in mind that once you file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you can't file again for another 8 years. So you're actually less of a credit risk than someone who hasn't filed bankruptcy.
Tony, do you have any more advice for somebody considering filing bankruptcy?
Yes, today I've answered the most basic questions regarding bankruptcy filings. Keep in mind that for every client there's a different variation on the various rules we've discussed, so don't take anything I've said here today as legal advice, but rather just as a guideline as to what your rights and responsibilities are in a bankruptcy filing. What I encourage you to do is visit our website or give us a call for a free consultation, and we can walk through your specific case and see how we can help you. Now, we have offices located in Fort Lauderdale, Coral Gables, West Palm Beach, Aventura, Miramar, Plantation, and Boca Raton. So there's an office, I have an office close to wherever you are in South Florida. And let's get together, talk about your situation, and see if we can put you on the road to a better future.
Thank you, Tony. Again, we're speaking with South Florida bankruptcy attorney Tony DiTacco. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, I am bankruptcy attorney Tony DiTacco. Thousands of Floridians each month are using bankruptcy as a way to make a new beginning for themselves and their families. Every day, people from all walks of life ask me whether they qualify for bankruptcy protection. So I created a free online video that answers the basic questions most commonly asked. Please visit our website or call today for a free consultation. We have offices in Fort Lauderdale with satellite offices in West Palm Beach and Miami. So call and let's try to put you on the road to a better future.